Well, you're in for a wild ride. After Trump announced the new Gold Card immigration program, The View wasted no time talking about it, but what started as a discussion quickly turned into chaos when Sunny Hostin started to spread lies. In a rare moment, Alyssa Griffin actually stepped up to correct her, leading to an endless back and forth. Of course, Whoopi wasn't too happy about it, and things got so dramatic that the producers had to step in. Today, we're breaking it all down, and you're going to love every second of it. As always, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos just like this.
Immigration thing, I think this is not that different from what happens in Europe. You can have this sort of golden visa through real estate in places like Portugal and Spain and Greece.
A lot of the
Caribbean. So this would be the most expensive golden visa. But I think what's fascinating to me is that, yes, he ran on immigration, and he ran really on the southern border, because we know we also border Canada, and that's actually the largest border. But they're not really going into Canada and looking for those Canadian people that are kind of jumping back and forth.
I cannot believe how ignorant Sunny is. First of all, Trump didn't reinvent the wheel with this type of visa. Other than it existing in other countries, the US already had a similar program called the EB-5 visa, which grants green cards to, quote, immigrants who make a minimum investment of at least $1,050,000 or $800,000 in economically distressed zones called targeted employment areas to create jobs for American workers. This new program will replace the old one, but nothing about it is reckless. Secretary Lutnick made it clear that every applicant will still go through a thorough vetting process before approval, and when it comes to her claims about the US-Canadian border situation, what Sunny said couldn't be further from the truth. But before I explain to you the exact situation, let's hear what Alyssa Griffin had to say.
Not Canadians that come across the northern border. The northern border crisis. No, it's people coming from other parts of the world, India, Mexico. But there's not a bunch of Canadians flocking. There's probably more Americans going to Canada right now.
That's not true, because I spoke to Governor Whitmer about it. But
that was a misunderstanding.
Can I just finish what I was saying?
Yeah. So that about 6,000 Canadians
so that I don't lose my thought. The point is, he was all about immigration from the southern border, and those immigrants or those migrants look a certain way. So it seems to me this was never really just about immigration. It was about a certain type of immigrant. And so now we have these
Can I just clarify, though?
Can I finish talking?
Yes.
Thank you. So it's okay for Russian oligarchs to come over. It's okay for people with money to come over, but it's not okay to provide a path to citizenship for people that have been here, like the DACA recipients, for other people that look a different way.
At least Sunny now understands what it feels like when someone else interrupts your mid-sentence. When it comes to the US-Canadian border, Alyssa is absolutely right. Even CBC, which is a media outlet funded by the Canadian government, reported that, quote, US Customs and Border Protection reported encountering around 20,000 migrants between border posts on the north border in the 2024 financial year. That's just a cute way of saying these people crossed the border illegally. Plus, the number may seem small, but it's more than double the previous year, which is already 3 times higher than the one before. A Vermont Border Patrol agent described the situation as, quote, a flood we had not seen before. It was an exponential shift that should be a wake-up call. If this keeps accelerating, the northern border could start looking a lot more like what the southern border looked like. This is when Whoopi decided to step in, and she also lost it at Alyssa.
I want somebody to make a decision about immigration.
And actually,
I want somebody to make a decision about immigration, because if you're saying if you got enough money, you can come, but if you don't have the money, we don't want to take care of it. I want somebody to make a decision. Either you're welcome here and you come, or you're not.
Right.
But this, maybe you get in this, maybe,
Congress hasn't passed immigration reform in 30+ years.
I understand that. But there's enough people now, and if we're going to brag about immigration going down, it might be another reason it's going down, because you're threatening people, you're threatening their lives.
Well, that is his intention.
Yes, I get that's in his intention.
Said, do not come. She went to the southern border and said that.
Just let me finish now this time.
Then they kept talking over each other until the producer decided to take a commercial break. By the way, I've noticed you haven't liked the video or subscribed to the channel yet, so what are you waiting for? But it looks like Whoopi has no idea what's actually going on because according to multiple reports, the southern border situation is basically under control at the moment. People are still able to come to the country through legal routes, so I don't get the hysteria here. But hey, this is the view we're talking about. Now, I know they had a sort of talk during the commercial break because this is how things picked up the moment that they came back.
One of the joys of this gig is that there's never enough time to get anything said. Because we only have, what is it, in all 37 minutes to really get everything out and try to get all, and guests and all kinds of stuff. So from time to time, you'll see us going, like just now. And it's because people are feeling passionate and want to talk. And because we are not just a political show, we talk about lots of different stuff. We're always trying to jockey about what we're talking about. So we're going to finish up what we were doing before we left, if folks have more to say.
I don't.
Okay.
Okay, Mrs. Passive Aggressive, let's keep it that way going forward. There's more that meets the eye here, by the way, because a recent report by the New York Post revealed that, quote, the hosts have faced pressure to dial back their anti-President Trump rhetoric, leading to tension in front of the cameras. And behind the scenes, morale is low among staffers after layoffs and unpopular cost-cutting moves. So this is their way of voicing their frustrations until ABC decides to, I guess, terminate their show. I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but this way they can at least walk away as the victims instead of admitting the show had run its course, and maybe they'll even get a payout. And we all know how much they love playing the victim.
And I know it gets heated, and I don't mean to step on people when I do. I'm working on interrupting. But something that I think we all at this table agree on, and I hope is something that this White House is considering, is incentivizing people who want to be here, who want to work hard, who want to become citizens, make it so that they can come here. And I'm a strong proponent in these H-1B visas. If you're somebody who's high-skilled, you want to start a company here, I want the next Google start here. I want the next Apples to be started here.
We're talking about these, you know, we need to bring other people into this country because Americans don't know enough and because Americans apparently can't get the job done.
No, that's not what I said.
No, I'm not talking about you.
Oh, okay.
There are other people that say that we need these HNV, you know, Vivek said that. We need people to come. Why don't we then work on our education here as opposed to blowing up the Department of Education and not educating our children?
I was really looking forward to Sunny staying true to her word, but she couldn't even last a minute without talking nonsense. It's like she can't help herself. Again, Alyssa was spot on. We've always been a nation that attracts talent and innovation from around the world, and that's what's kept us ahead of the game. The main point of any immigration strategy should be about strengthening the country, and that includes bringing in skilled individuals who contribute to the economy and help drive growth. But I'd love to know your thoughts here, so let's get the conversation rolling in the comments down below. And if you want your friends or family to hear about these kind of things or just have a laugh along with us, please share this with them. We're an independent source. It means so much. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.